Dr. Wu!
Yes.
Richard Stavely never told you the truth. I am your brother.
No, you're not. No,
Yes,
no. No.
Yes, I am.
No.
You are my brother.
No, I'm not. No.
Yes, you are. It's not
No.
a Mandela Effect. You are my brother. You killed your sister. Don't you remember?
I'll kick you in the mouth with my silver leg. I have one silver kicking leg. I'll kick you with it. No. No. That's a kind of a cool show. I like that. I like that.
You like that? You like that?
I do. I like it very much.
You like my new hairdo?
I like your new hairdo. You have nothing. You've completely
looks
shaved
good.
yourself.
Looks good. Looks good.
Shaved yourself oblivious.
I'm wearing my robe.
This is completely your guys' show. I am so out of the loop with Star Wars. I am so out of the loop on this one. Yeah. Maybe Mandela is in there and Tom is in there. Of course you guys are in there. Awesome.
Here, I'm just taking this off. One thing about the robe is it's fucking heavy. It's fucking thick and it's heavy.
I've seen that. I wore that sometimes when you were in the bedroom, but I didn't wear any underwear, so my junk was all up inside of it. I was doing the helicopter with it. I was wearing your robe while doing the helicopter. I don't hope that doesn't bother you.
Saying hi. That skit was funny. Well, yeah, I don't know if it was much of a skit, but
got a Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
Eric, I realized I'm a damn good-looking man, especially on camera. I've been coming to the self-realization that I'm damn good-looking. What do you think? How do you feel about that? Does that make you upset a little bit?
What is this? Hold on. What did he say? That was definitely weird to walk into a middle of. Yeah. This is actually my baby because this thing here, you see here, this lifesaver takes it apart, right? See in here?
Yeah.
That's a Kyber crystal, and with these lifesavers, I have a green crystal upstairs. So if I take the green crystal and put it inside this, the lifesaver will go green. You know,
Ironically, Eric, that is an actual concept idea. I don't know, in Italy. Okay, you know how the Northern Europeans, I don't know what the fuck they call them. Everything moves around, but they have CERN. They have the big round tube at CERN. I think it was down in Italy. They're going to be splicing particles using a crystal. You know that crystal has its own cleavage, so they're going to try to split particles using crystal with its own. Crystal has cleavage in the inside. Carbon, everyone knows carbon, and crystals have cleavage on the inside. Not ladies' cleavage. I'm talking about cleavage inside of a crystal. But the concept of a lifesaver, if you think about it, I'm like, it's kind of like a lifesaver. If you think about it, with it goes up into it, that it harnesses it like it's a laser and it stops it because of the specific cleavage within the crystal. I don't know. Just an idea. It's weird to me. I was reading that about that and splitting a particle using crystal.
God, I wish I had that video clip. Well, there's a I wish I had a video clip because there's this guy. He's a scientist, and he actually went on a Collider Star Wars show, but they brought him in on the thinking process as okay. We know lightsabers aren't like true, but let's just say it is true. And if it is true, how can it work? And it was kind of cool listening to this science guy try to make it where, well, if it's going to work, this is probably how it's going to work.
Yeah, it can.
And it's very interesting because there's different point of view. Like, it's not like it's impossible. Let's just say it is possible. What does it matter? What's it made of?
It kind of, well, you know, science is getting. I'm talking about when we're talking about splitting particles, but using crystal. I had to read. I had to go into that. I'm like, okay, I gotta figure this shit. Here's another weird ass thing that's hitting the mainstream, whatever. So I'm reading about it, and it goes. It sounds like a damn lifesaver. You know the way they have the crystal in it, and then you have an energy, and then you have the magnets, the magnetic. You have to have the magnets. So this would be a magnetic chamber, and then this would be a magnetic chamber with lots and lots of like energy. Would have to be like, I would think maybe some sort of nuclear, or maybe some kind of yellow cake. I don't know. Anyway, down at the bottom, nuclear, and then would shoot up into the particle, goes into it. It hits the fragments of all the cleavage. And then as it goes into the second round, what you have there, it's magnets, high-powered magnets, which is powered by the bottom chamber, which concentrates it back into a little form. And then it'd have to be cooled somehow, And then you have a lifesaver. You cool the particle out.
Yeah. And welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show today. I was trying to do a skit. That's why it took a little longer. Usually our show's at 11. I know today I had to do it at 1 because of an appointment. On Wednesday, I have to do that show again at 1 o'clock. There's just so many appointments in the morning. It's all that. But we're all here, and I want to thank you guys for showing up. And, we're going to get into Star Wars about, the assume Mandela effects. Are they real? They're not that they're real. We want to explore both sides of what's the effect. And, I'm not here to disprove it. I'm not here to approve it. I'm here just to have a discussion on it.
Yeah.
So hopefully a lot of people don't get angry if I don't not agree, but I don't believe one is versus the other. We're just here to have an explore. We're going to explore. We're going to have fun. And that's what it's all about, to have
Personal
fun.
memories, yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of a cool thing. Yeah, I got some toys here. Some Star Wars. We're going to talk about, and I do want to say, Hobbs has a channel, and Hobbs is actually a bass player in a band, and I want you guys to see this. Our Hobbs right here, look below us. That's Hobbs, and he's the bass player in this band that he plays. So he's actually a real bass player. He's not.
I want to hear it.
You want to hear it? Hobbs, will this get taking me down? Are you going to take me down for copyright music? Hobbs, will I get in trouble? Are you going to?
You got to get permission. It's like a vampire asking to go into the house. We have to get your permission first. You have to say yes or no.
And you can see him playing bass.
So that's him playing the bass.
Yep.
Oh shit, dude.
Okay, no. Now, people don't understand how important bass is in music. I mean, bass players don't get a lot of not like respect, but they don't get like the limelight, like a Billy Sheehan. Anthony Michaels from Van Halen, bass player. A lot of bass players don't get any spotlight, and you got to have that bass. It's what makes the song go through. So Hobbs, I appreciate your talent, and I'm glad you put that out because that was pretty awesome. So that is cool. Because like I said, I love music, and just I love no copyright. Oh, good. I thought you were gonna take me down for that. Oh, I was so scared, Hobbs. I was scared.
No.
Oh. Shit, here we go then. Here we go. Oh, I'm trying to press play.
Play that bass.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Bass.
I
I
love
can air guitar bass.
So again, people, Star Wars. Some of this is a major Mandela effect for some people, and some people, it's not. There's no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong in this. We are not a channel that's going to publish you, so you gotta believe this, or you're just I don't know, whatever.
Damn,
you have every right to believe what you want to believe, but so far I put up a small. I did it today, not yesterday, but I put up a small where people could vote on. Hold on, where is it?
Yeah,
where is it? I should have put this out yesterday. My fault. I did not. Because I wanted to see, some of them, and I learned something from this. Actually, most people say "Luke, I'm your father" is their biggest Mandela effect. 33% says C-3PO Silver Lake. 1%, 8% says George Lucas died in a car crash June 12, 1962. I voted for that one. 8% says no Mandela effects in the movie. But what's cool is some people I don't even remember this one, but some people remember Luke is my brother. Even Tamacon and Robert Alley remembers Luke, my brother. So that's interesting. I don't remember if I kind of heard that one before, but I like that. And then Na wrote, poor Chewie gets no medal. Darth a second half killed.
That's mine.
Jabba has a cut on his tail by the little guy that laughs and sits on the pillow, almost like it was eating or picking at the open wound. Luke's life speeder gained wings for myself on the sides. Land speeder. Now that's interesting because I don't remember. I know the land speeder, but I'm gonna pull up a picture of that because I am curious on that land speeder images.
We'll just go through people's list almost. I'm curious now.
I know. I'm gonna type in.
Now, I'm gonna tell everybody I'm not going to give you. I don't know. I'm not a Star Wars guy. The only thing I can tell you, well, of course, the Luke thing. I don't care, but it was Chewie got a medal. Now, I remember Chewie getting a medal because I was like, "That's cool. He got a medal. That's my thing. That's what I'll take it to the grave on that." When I go, Chewie got a medal, man. I remember her putting it around him, and he goes, he bows. He's a big fucker. He bows. She puts it around his neck, and he goes up, and then he does his big thing, and then it's like everyone's like kind of cheering and stuff. He does his big thing.
Well, this is why I remember that. This is why we're here. We're just exploring. Like I said, there's no right or wrong. Like Harrison wrote, Leia says he's my brother in Return of the Jedi. He's absolutely right. So that can be easily a word. You heard it from another movie, and he's absolutely right on that. And now Chewie, okay, in the real Star Wars movie, the movie itself, there's a movie canon. Of course, there's comic books and books canons. Now, in the movie, I never remember Chewie ever getting a medal. For me, I never remember. Chewie was just behind him, and he did the roar, so all the soldiers like get in line, like he's in charge. But now in the comics, Chewie did get a medal.
That's so sad.
I know. But in the comics, he did get a medal. I know George Lucas thought, he created Chewie from his dog in the car. I mean, that's the idea Chewie came from, his dog partner in a car.
Yeah.
So, but now I watched it again.
She goes
I took a lot of pictures. I took a few pictures because there is a Mandela effect on R2-D2. Okay? A lot of people say there's new buttons on R2D2, and what I'm saying for this one is, for me, there is no Mandela effect with R2D2 getting new buttons, and I'm going to show you why. Let me show you. Let me pull this up. Now, like I said, this is me. If you guys still think there's a buttons, but by God, it's your memory.
Yeah.
Nobody could take away your memory. All right.
Well, let me do the disclaimer, Eric. Let's do a disclaimer because he's changed, guys. He has changed these movies over and over and over again. He's added parts. He's added pieces. Okay, nobody's wrong and nobody's right, and that's why I don't touch Star Wars. Well, we're gonna do it today. But he's changed so much. George Lucas.
You're right. And now this
so much.
These 3 pictures are going to show you R2D2 is in the same movie. So this ain't from the analog version, which, like I said, I own the analog version.
Yeah.
Uncut. I own the Blu-ray, and of course on Disney Plus there's the 4K version now. So now there's the marking right there. Now, of course, that marking on there is not blue, but I didn't take the picture, but there is another picture with the blue, but in the same movie, in the same scene. Yeah. Let me show you.
Yeah, you showed this one before.
Boom, right there. Yeah. He gets shot, and boom, there's nothing there. This is just 30 seconds from this shot. So you see on this robot, he has this. Then, of course, on this one, he has nothing. Then on this one, hold on. I'm going to come back to that leg. Now it's silver in there. What I'm trying to say is, this is all from the same movie. So making this movie, they actually have different R2D2s doing different parts. And if you actually scope in on R2D2, it's not this through the whole movie at all. There's actually different scenes. Okay, look at that. Empty.
Yeah.
Right here. Boom. So the button one is never been a Mandela effect at all because there's different shots using different R2D2s. Now listen, why aren't every single R2D2 robot exactly the same? Some have blue, have some white. I can't tell you that. I can't answer that. But yeah. But in the same movie, you see right here that now. So that's what I wanted to show right there. Now, watching this again, there is a robot. I don't know why. I never remembered this robot. Right here. I don't remember this robot. When Darth Vader invades the ship for the first time, in A New Hope, this robot looks nice and clean and brown. Like he's a poop. I've watched this movie 1,000 times. I don't know why I never recognize this robot.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm sitting there staring at it. What is that thing? I don't remember that straight test thing. But he could have added it. That's the problem.
That's true. I mean, that's
he added so much shit. He's constantly added new things. So that's why I'm like, people when they talk about Mandela effects with Star Wars, I'm like, I'm not even going to start with you because George Lucas added so many. He keeps adding shit. He could take things away, add colors here. I've never seen that robot before, man. What the fuck is that thing? I never remember no vertical stripe trash can looking thing.
Yeah, I don't remember this one. And I took a picture because, like I said, I'm not saying, look, I discovered a new robot. No, I just watch this movie a lot, and I just don't remember that robot. I remember the troops walking down, but I don't remember a robot being in front. And I watched the Blu-ray copy, and that robot's there too. So it wasn't.
So it's on your VHS. It's on VHS. So that's on VHS.
No, this is on the this is actually on the 4K.
Oh, okay. Well then okay, that's I don't know. Now it's got a flag on it. I call it a flag because he keeps adding shit.
You're right. And that's what I want. I want people to research this robot. Research it. Find out what's the name of this robot. Now, like I said, I watched it last night. I'm like, I don't recognize that robot. So I took a picture, and honestly, I did not have time to research this robot any further. Was he brand new? Was he put in? I did not have a chance. And what I'll do is I'll watch the analog version, and I want to see if that robot was put in here.
Yeah, you'll have to do that.
Yeah,
come back to that, dude, because I've never seen that robot, and I think it was added by George Lucas. It was one of the new add-ons.
I only have the Star Wars set Lucas remastered and added. Lost my Star Wars VHS tapes.
Yeah, that's the problem. We can never tell because he's added so much shit. He's added so much to it.
You know what, Hobbs? I was the same way as you were. I could not find it. I actually found the original cut that was CBS Fox, when CBS owned Fox. Of all places, I refound this at Goodwill.
Oh, wow.
Thrift store, $4.99.
$4.99. Nice.
$4.99. $4.99. And actually, that same day, Hobbs, when I was at Goodwill, I found this for $2.99.
You were always supposed to. You were destined to, Eric, in the Mandela Effect world. God, what a score, man.
I got two of these. I have two of these. $2.99, man.
Wow. Wow. That's great. That's really cool, man.
It is. And I got this at a thrift store. At a thrift store for $2.99.
That's so cool to find a toy like that. Yeah. Shit, nostalgia.
$4.99. Well, hey, sometimes you get lucky, man. I got lucky with that. I got the analog tapes, and it's cool to have the original. Now, like I said, there's been a couple VHS afterwards that have been remastered to THX and all that. But if you're looking for like the original tapes, make sure it says it's owned by CBS Fox.
Yeah.
Because that's the first company that owned Fox. And of course, now Fox is owned by Disney. You know, went to the news, Viacom, whatever. It went to, I don't know. No, actually, Viacom's Paramount.
Yeah. Then they added. Then they added, and then they added, and they added, and they added another thing. And pretty soon, you don't know what the fuck was added and everything's flagged at this moment. So this Android here, I've never seen it, and I guarantee, if someone says, I always do the old thing, Robert Wood, here's my thing. Would you put money on it? What would you put money on? I would put money that it was added.
$39.99. Oh, you're talking about my big ship for $39.99?
Oh.
Yeah, I got two of them. I got two of them. Now,
I wonder if Bigfoot Anand has ever seen this droid before. This droid right here, this particular. I wonder if he has it, a little toy of it somewhere. Again, I know he's added, Eric, I found out he's added so many extra things because right after he added it, he redistributed they redistributed Star Wars in the 90s. And in the 90s, he also came out with a whole new line of toys. And all those toys are the ones he added into the series. He added into the movies. So
yeah. And the story goes on that when he first made a deal with Fox. Now he was able to keep the rights for all the sequels. That's why he owns it all. That was his deal that he made with Fox. And at the time, Fox, nobody cared about toys merchandise. Nobody cared.
Cool.
You know, they weren't. George Lucas says, I want all rights to all toys on everything. And when A New Hope came out, actually, or when it was just called Star Wars, George Lucas had IOUs because they didn't really have them made yet because they didn't realize how big it was going to be. So they had like a cardboard of characters you could buy, and it would be an IOU, and they'll send it to you. They didn't have it like right off the bat in the stores. Of course, now it's a different story.
Yeah.
And he made more money he made more money off the toys merchandise than he did of the movie. So a lot of people would say he doesn't really make a lot of movies. How does this company make a lot of money? Because he makes it off the merchandise, toys, because he made that deal. He made an independent deal with the company. And guys, if you didn't know this in chat, the only reason he got a deal with Fox is because somebody liked his movie, American Graffiti. American Graffiti is the movie that said, hey, you can make any movie you want. I just want you, because of the movie American Graffiti. So it's kind of weird that a movie that has not even related to space is the movie that caught an eye of a executive and gave him free range.
Wow. And now he makes money off toys with a life.
Now, here we are going to get into one of people's most major Mandela effects, and hopefully people don't pounce me on my belief on
No.
Is his silver leg. And I wanted to show you something. And I just want to show you something here. For me, he always had a silver leg. Now, I watched this very closely on the 4K because each time they clean up the movie, it becomes more silver and more silver. But even on a 4K, because of a reflection, that leg is technically silver, but it looks a little bit more like gold because of the reflection. Yeah. Now, in A New Hope, majority of this movie is on the desert. So, guys, if you got Disney Plus, watching on 4K, if you watch in the 4K, his foot looks gold, but it's not. Yeah. It's always been silver. Now, some people's residue, I'm not here to bash residue, which I don't like the word residue because I just think all residues are fake and real at the same time. Okay, like here's a toy. Now this toy, he has a silver leg. Okay. Yeah. Now that toy, he has a silver leg. Now my big toy does not have a silver leg.
Called gold.
I'm not much more than an interpreter and not very good at telling stories. Well, not at making them interesting anyway.
That's cool.
The possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Yeah. And actually, what I like about this toy is you can also... Hold on.
Where is everybody?
Ooh.
You can take his face off.
Ooh. That's cool.
Oh, nice to see a familiar face.
Oh.
Now, and that's a good question, right? That people have, like, why did some toys have the silver leg, and then why do some toys have the all gold leg?
Well, that brings up a question I have, Eric. I want you to eventually, while we're addressing the silver leg and the gold leg, I want you to look up, because this is my memory. I remember being at Aunt Mary's, we were kids, and the Time Life book, the Time Life. Oh wait, was it Time magazine? Time magazine. Time Life magazine. Yeah. Time. He was on the front cover of Time magazine. You know Time magazine. Everybody wants to be on the front cover of Time magazine. It's the coolest thing to be on the front cover of Time magazine. It's hard to make it on the cover of Time magazine. But I remember as a little kid, seeing, and at Mary's, she had on the top of her thing, it was on the table. She had a little magazine rack, and she put it on the table. I go, oh, Star Wars, C-3PO. And he was standing there in his full body in all gold. This was little kids. Pure gold in Time magazine. So after we talk about it for a little bit, I want to see if you can look it up. If you look up.
This is People magazine. And of course, in People's magazine, you don't get to see the bottom part of his leg. No,
but Time magazine. I want to see Time magazine if they still have that cover.
Now, of course, I just want to show, like here, if you look at this picture, that leg is silver, but it just looks more gold because they are in the desert. Now here, Time
even exists.
Time magazine.
He had a full spread.
This one's news time, and you can still see the silver in it.
That's news time, but this is time.
Now that time, as far as RTD2, I'm trying to see if there's a
if it exists anymore. There was a full spread on him. I remember it was Time magazine. I think there were red flowers. I think there were roses on it. I'm trying to think back, guys. I'm a little kid. Everybody knows it's debunked at right there because I'm a kid remembering something. But I remember, I think there was roses. He was full body, was all gold, and Time magazine back in the 70s.
Yeah, I don't see.
Because it came out in 1977. So we watched it in 77. So it would probably be about 78, 77, 78, probably Time magazine. So it'd be like 1977, 1978 Time magazine.
God dang it. Okay, here we go.
Even Time magazine looks different. So you should type in 1977 Time magazine, 1978, or 1977 through 1978 Time magazine. Wow, is he not on Time magazine?
He's on New Times.
Is there a Time magazine? Yeah, there is a Time magazine.
You would think in this reality, I'm just saying, in this reality, if it exists, it would be here, but maybe in this reality, it never existed.
Oh, wow.
Because he's on.
I remember that magazine at Aunt Mary's. I remember going, oh, we saw Star Wars. And I looked down at the magazine. I was like, oh, C-3PO.
C-3PO, silver caps, maybe symbolic communication.
Could be. Hey, Danny, yeah, everything's a code. Silver. What was it? I don't know. Maybe Judah took 13 silver coins for Yeshui's. I don't know. Is it biblical on that one? Silver? Now it's 30. It used to be 13. Now it's 30. I'm just throwing shit out, guys. It don't mean religion. I don't know what it is. Maybe it means the aliens attacked. I don't know. Maybe it's the Anunnaki. Who knows? But I remember that magazine, dude, as clear as I'm looking at you right now. I remember it in my fucking head hole. There was a Time magazine, and he was on it. It was 1977 or 1978. So if you type in 1977 Time magazine, what pops up?
I can do it again, but it was just the other magazines.
What the fuck? You don't have to put C-3PO. Just put down 1977 Time magazine. What was on Time magazine in 1977, 1978?
Time magazine, Star Wars.
Well, not even Star Wars.
Well, if I type in 1977, it might not even.
Huh.
This is. I love this picture of the poster because back in our day, these pictures in newspapers was our trailer.
Yeah.
That was our trailer.
Yeah.
When everybody went and saw Star Wars, nobody really saw the trailer because nobody really had TVs back then. Nobody really had TVs. It was like on a cover of a newspaper. And if you guys, I don't know, guys who don't remember, like here, you know, they made Luke Skywalker look all buff, like muscled.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
yeah.
And this is like the early days of Photoshop because they really made Leia extra slim, extra
sexiest. Yeah. So there is no 1977 Time magazine with C-3PO on it. That's what it looks like. I have a false memory of it then. I must be misremembering. No other. Okay, well, at least you tried. Those of you out there at the sidebar watching, if you're just sitting around doing nothing, if you guys can find Time Magazine's C-3PO on the cover of Time Magazine in 1977 or 1978, the only time it'd be on there. Let us know, because now it don't exist. It reminds me of, I can't remember, it was another YouTuber that was all screaming about 9/11 and the towers, and there's a new building at the base, and they were screaming, I can't remember what it was, and they held up a Time magazine of the Twin Towers after the wreck. And I said, this is the proof. And it shows like Bush and all these firefighters, and it was the Time magazine front cover. I said, that's not the Time magazine cover that I remember. It was just the rubble and a flag. That was it, with a red stripe underneath the box. It was just the flag and a mound. So to me, and only to me, get off my fucking turnip truck, it appears that Time magazine has changed. It's changed. So I'm going to start going through all the Time magazines to see what the hell has changed in them.
Yeah. Texas Danny.
This person has the Mandela effect, and is showing it as proof on the magazine. I go, what are you talking about? That magazine is incorrect. That's the local magazine. That's the local Time frame magazine. And this is this comic books version of that Time magazine at that time. So what the fuck are you talking about having any effect?
Yeah, Texas Danny I saw Star Wars first in the cinema in 1977 in June, and I even had a date. Ooh.
Yay.
Which believes me was rare. Yeah, Star Wars was the first movie I ever saw on the big screen. That's why, I can really talk about this, what I remember, because I saw this movie from the beginning.
Yeah.
Any newcomer, like 20 age, I don't even listen to these people talk about C-3PO and all that, because they weren't even young enough to remember when this movie came out, seeing this movie from the beginning or not.
Well, this disclaimer, because I was 7. So I'm born in 70, so 1970. I would be 7 years old looking at the movie through a 7-year-old's eyes. That makes you 6 or 5. You were 5.
Now, sorry for me, it was a freaking thing, but I had the date. C-3PO was all gold, and like I said, I'm not. If you think he was all gold, that's fantastic, because when if you watch it again, majority of the C-3PO scenes, when he was like the star in the movie, is basically when he's in the desert, and most time in the desert, Bigfoot's going to show off his comic book store. He's going to show us his comic book store, and he's got a Star Wars section.
Yes. What's up, guys? How's it going, Gypsy Road and everybody here? It's nice to tune in from somewhere other than my trailer. What's up, guys?
All right. Let's see your comic book store, man.
Yeah. I just wanted to give you guys a little tour. We're doing some renovations right now, but the place is really clear, and we have a lot of Star Wars artwork. We got this Join the Empire, Target the Rebellion, some Kessel Run. Those are both limited prints, limited edition, hand signed by the artists. Of course, some Stormtroopers. Chris Fulton's rendition of The Mandalorian and Grogu. We have, of course, Chewbacca and Darth Vader. And then we have the young version of Darth Vader, Anakin, in a 337 out of 250. Of course, we got, Pennywise and the Pokemon version of creepypastas.
Did that Pokemon have an evil face?
Yes, that is the evil version of Pikachu, and is the creepypasta story. And I always tell the stories of creepypastas around here, so that kind of inspired some of the artwork that we started picking up. But here's some more Grogu. We got Gandalf. These are some of my favorite. These is where it gets really crazy. This guy is inspired by the Joker and Pennywise. It's called The Rejected. And we have some of the original Frankenstein artwork, Freddy Krueger. This is a print right here, but then this and this are customized, one of one. It's the only version in the whole world. Got a bunch of Godzilla stuff, Predator, Captain Marvel, Green Arrow, Flash, Wolverine. We have Spawn, Carnage. Welcome to the Carnage. Yes, we got The Witcher. We have tons of stuff with the Marvels, and then the blueprints of the Millennium Falcon, the fighter bomber, the slave ship, and Boba Fett. Then we have a couple other ones right
Which
here.
is the B-29. Remember that?
Kylo
It's a B-29.
Darth Maul, Grogu, baby Grogu. And then this is very cool too. This came out of a cereal box back in the day. So imagine that, you know, hold on to the stuff that comes in your cereal boxes. And then we have the X-Wing fighter right here, which I need to frame that, of course. Got a bunch of the boxed Nintendo games. This one's worth $90. This one's worth $70. It's very cool. We sell Pokemon singles. We got tons of systems and handhelds. It's very cool. We got a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons stuff, real ocarinas, the Atari 5200 games, the Golden Pokemon. Yes. We have the Krypton.
Stop you. You have Atari. Do you have ET? The actual ET that was thrown out and hidden away in a big pile and under the ground? You know the
yes.
ET?
Our store doesn't have it, but a couple of our collectors, John right here, he's a big collector. He has his hands on it, and we actually got someone offering it us this morning. He wanted to sell it to us, so we got to feel through the prices. But this one is my proudest coworker right here, Vader. After 6 o'clock, when we close down, he watches the store. Oh, man.
I want to show you guys my favorite picture.
What is it?
I love this. This is on wood. This is all wood.
Yeah. Whoa.
This originally Return of the Jedi about 2-3 weeks before it came out. It was actually going to be called Revenge of the Jedi.
Oh
wow.
Because but George Lucas said at the last minute he didn't want to make the Jedi like he's out for revenge because he's good.
Oh,
so they replaced this poster to Return of the Jedi, but when he made Revenge of the Sith, he said that's where I could use the word revenge because the Sith is about revenge, about evil. Jedis are not.
Yes.
I love this original poster.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was given a box of stuff recently full of nothing but Star Wars comics, a record from that gives an interview with George Lucas, and patches and stuff. One says Revenge of the Sith on it. Or Revenge of the Jedi, I mean. So
well, let me ask you both. Since you're both there, we're talking about C-3PO. C-3PO. And a lot of people have different memories about his leg.
Oh, shit.
Some people remember him being all gold, like
silver.
my boy here, like my big one that talks.
Well, don't blame me. I'm an interpreter. I'm not supposed to know.
Here we go. The experts.
But now, and some people remember him with the silver leg, which I remember him with the silver leg. This is not a Mandela effect for me, but for you both, what do you guys remember about his leg? Or does it even matter to you guys?
I remember it being silver.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And some of the figurines that I have found here too had the silver leg. We were watching that from outside in the parking lot, and we both, we remember the silver leg as well.
We'll just ignore the red leg one.
Yeah, the red leg is where it gets real weird.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, are you guys Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father?
No, I am your father.
Yes, yeah. We've all been swayed one way, but it is no, I am your father.
There we go. Okay, very good, very good. All right. I love the score.
Yes, yeah.
More. I want to see more.
Yeah, every day we're going at this stuff, man. Like I said, we're in the middle of renovations right now, so it's a little all over the place, but we're getting new carpet and everything. But it's very cool. We have a huge collection of pop figurines. Captain Daniel Jackson, he's on TikTok. He does opens and everything. Oh, there's so many. And then we have the original Back to the Future artwork. This one and that one. Then we have Spawn original, Middle Earth painting. AVP, a lot of cool stuff.
do you guys do Dungeons and Dragons games? You guys do Dungeons and Dragons game there?
Yes, we we're starting to sell stuff, and that's what this renovation is actually setting up. We're getting 3 tables to start doing Warhammer, Dungeons and Dragons, Pokemon battles, Mortal Kombat tournaments, just everything. You know, the past 2 years have been hard on everybody, and we're trying to show people that you can go out and experience life again, and you don't have to be scared, and you can come places that you can enjoy yourself. You could come check out all the Xena figurines and all the Boss Nass. And you guys remember these ones with the chip inside them? Oh man, that really takes me back. Battle Packs Unleashed of the Shock Trooper, the Yak Face. Oh man, it's cool seeing stuff in literally every direction of a memory lane. And then cool people like John here, we chop it up all day, every day. You know, it's Gypsy Road for 8 hours a day talking about movies and DVDs and really just trying to figure it out. We get woodwork, we get stuff made for us. Wow. And the chair, the Zelda chair. We've gotten a couple Star Wars things made. Even guys, check out the bathroom door. The bathroom door is a Nintendo controller. And we're getting murals painted all through the blue. So we're going to be painting a bunch of Bigfoot stuff and Star Wars. And then the boss loves Star Trek. So, you know, it's going to be all of us, you know. But I'm very excited. You got little baby Yoda right here next to the fish.
Star Trek.
Yeah,
Star Trek is very awesome.
Yeah, I watched it just today. Ironically,
well, you know, William Shatner says something cool. You know, they asked him what's better. They asked William Shatner, Star Wars better than Star Trek? And he goes, guys, I'm going to tell you. And William Shatner goes, I'll tell you the truth. If it wasn't for Star Wars that came out in 1977, Star Trek would never had movies. Because when Star Wars came out, they were looking for the next big thing. And Star Trek goes, guys, we already got the word star in it. Let's bring back Star Trek. So Star Wars actually helped bring back Star Trek.
Nice. Yeah, they did. Harry Potter. Where's the Harry Potter section? You got Harry Potter? We got the
Harry Potter stuff gets mixed in. We've had a couple of the wands, you know, because we're only a couple of hours away from Orlando, where they actually send the ones that can move things inside the park. So we have some of the interactive wands that come through here, but most of them sell online just because that's a niche type thing, you know. But look at this. We have the life-size child right here. And then a bunch more. YTF Cube, Snap Wexley, Combat Trooper, the Resistance BB unit. I love BB-8. John right here, he does a bunch of models and stuff, and he clips them together and paints them and puts decals on them. And it's so crazy to see it from inside the box and then little pieces into a Master X-Wing. It's impressive stuff. Look at BB-8 right there. He's got BB-8. Yeah, we've had a couple of the same ones, you know, that fly around here.
It's remote control.
And then we have ships in motion too. We have fishing line that ties them all up. We had your X-Wing fighter somewhere. We might have. Oh yeah, right here. That might be the same exact one that you bought for $4.99 or $2.99 at the thrift store. And we have ours for like $39.99, and that's the best price in the state. So you got a great deal.
That's cool, man.
And John has met Mark Hamill, you know, Luke Skywalker, and then he met William Shatner. And his story with Mark Hamill is so cool. He was hanging out with his family, and they all knew who he was. And then they finally met Luke, and Luke, like, their whole family loved John before even Luke came into the picture. And it's just so meant to be, man. It's like us connecting, you know, a year ago, and we're still here now, you know, showing the murals off at the beginning of the front of the store. It's pretty magical. We're trying to get this place turned into a Pokestop because look at that artwork. That is impressive, you know. Retro to new video games. We buy, we sell, we trade. And we love life here, man. It's all about pop culture and you know, experiencing things outside the norm. So thanks for letting me come in, guys, and chop it up for a little bit.
That's awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime. That's awesome.
And this is my buddy John, and he's watched a few of my interviews and our shows before. So you know, if he ever reaches out in the future, he is an expert in pop culture. So he would be a good candidate to be on the show one night.
Hell yes.
Oh, anytime.
Yeah, anytime.
We'll
This is
definitely
great.
appreciate it, guys, and we'll let you get back, and we're gonna get back. All right.
All right, you have a good one.
Peace out.
Yeah,
Bye.
that's
That
awesome.
was cool.
I
That was really
love
cool.
comic books. It kind of reminded me of the movie True Romance, where Christian Slater works at a comic book store, and he was showing everybody the comic book store. And the comic book store, it's pretty sad about what's been happening in the last year or two. I'm not saying for the good or bad, but because of what happened in the last year or two, a lot of comic book stores are gone.
Yeah.
My son, he's 16 now, but at the age of 13, he started to play Dungeons and Dragons at a comic book store in a town called Des Moines, Washington. And he used to go every Wednesday, every Sunday, and play with 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds. He was only 13, and he was playing it for 2 years until the sickness arrived.
Yeah.
And because of that, this comic book store is no longer there. They had to close down.
No.
And it sucks because comic book stores brings a lot of people together.
Yeah, I bought a whole stack of comics there before.
It brings people together, and you get to talk fantasy. You get to talk these things, and it doesn't matter what people believe or not. Like you said, they remember Silver. They remember No, I'm Your Father, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah,
and it's just God, and I know there's other comic book stores, but this one was just too many.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. That's the first thing I do when I go to a new town. If I'm drifting from town to town, like the old cowboy that I am, I always look at the comic book stores. I go, "Where's the comic book store?" Well, where's the comic book store? Well, I think where is the comic book store? Because you go to the comic book store and then you know what's in the town. It's #1 intelligence place. You want to get intelligence on a town? You go to the comic book store. You can figure out everything about everybody and everything. The comic book store is like the place. It's like where the cool people go. And you can play Dungeons and Dragons. You can hang out. You can have coffee. Everyone's fucking cool.
It is.
But what it is about
everybody is open-minded.
Everybody. It's like there's no fighting. There's arguing about certain issues of this comic to this.
The arguments is like
debating.
What Batman series is better than that Batman series? They have different Batman series, and this one's better because he's darker. This one is better. My son and I, we didn't know this existed, but we were 2 days ago. We were on HBO Max, and we went to the DC section, and there's a Superman cartoon where instead of Superman landing in the United States, he lands in Russia.
Oh, cool.
And there's a Batman, there's a Wonder Woman, but it's all like Russian based.
That's cool.
And I never knew that existed. And we watched it. I'm like, that's what's cool about comics and everything like that. You can do different spins, different realities. It's awesome. It's fun. That's what comic books and all that is expanding imagination.
Yeah.
People make fun of comics. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about because comics gives you an opportunity to really expand the mind, expand stories, getting different stories out there. I mean, not everything has to be a documentary about real life.
I'd rather go to a comic. I read comics. I went back to comics after this whole thing in 2016 happened, and the Living Matrix took over, and we're in a comic book. So I went back to comic books. I tell everybody, don't get freaked out. Just go back to comic books. We're living in a comic book. Fuck it. Why not? I'm Space Cowboy. Eric, who are you in this comic?
I'm just trying to live through this comic, just get through day by day. That's all I'm doing.
Yes.
Now, the second biggest, go back to my little vote thing here.
Yes.
Let's see here. Let's go here. Go back to here. Let me hit refresh in case we got more votes in. I wish I had put this out yesterday. Okay. The second biggest. Okay, we talked about the Silver Lake first. Now technically the biggest Mandela Effect of them all is Luke, I'm your father, or it's No, I am your father.
Yeah.
Now, that is one of the most hardest ones to say it's real or it's not real. And what I mean is, if you ask me today, what do I remember? I always remember thinking he's saying, "Luke, I'm your father." Okay,
That's how I remember.
that's what I remember.
Yeah.
Now I saw people's evidence. I saw some people say, "Well, they said this. They said it in one of the cartoons, Family Guy, when they did a Star Wars skit," and I'm like, and that's a good one. That's a good one because if you, and I think with the Simpsons too, if you heard that, yes, you can cross reference and say, that's where I thought they said, "Luke, I'm your father."
Yeah,
but the thing is, for me, I remember the word Luke before those cartoons.
Yeah.
Well, those cartoons weren't even there. Now, there was a question when they asked Earl Jones about the script when he learned the first, because remember, Earl Jones wasn't given the script until the day of the shooting because George Lucas kept everything secret.
Yeah.
And when he read it on the news, he read it where he said, "Luke, I am your father," not "I know I am your father." So he read it like that. Yes, that could be where that memory got in your mind, but
yeah,
I could have sworn that I remember him saying "Luke" even before that interview. So
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, and that's a weird one. That is a weird one because I don't have a lot of explanations on trying to debunk it or bunk it. It could have easily said no, but
yeah, the problem is there is an argument on both sides, and they're equally powerful.
Yes, exactly.
That's why I don't debunk anything to do with Star Wars series with Mandela Effects because there's too many flags. I mean, they have a good argument on a wonderful argument. People that remember the silver leg, 100% good argument. It's always been there. People that remember, no, I'm your father. Okay, good argument on both sides. There's just no way. I don't get mad. I don't get offended. I just remember what I remember. It's a continuity error for me. But it's in my head and I can't get rid of it. But it doesn't put me in a camp. It's just, this is how I remember it, but could be right, could be wrong. Could be a change. It could be George Lucas playing a trick on people and swapping it. Who knows? He's changed so much shit in the movie constantly. Fucking knows, man. It's age. That's like the age one. That's a generational one. I think 50 and above, for those people that are 50 and above, maybe, I don't know. 50 and above, remember the gold leg, and then below 50, remember silver leg. Maybe, I don't know. It's just how your mind perceived it.
Yes, yeah. It's so difficult because everybody on the sidebar, I don't know if you know this. At the end of Empire Strikes Back, and let me see if there's a picture. Hold on. Let me see if there's a picture. And let me try to, I want to, here. Let me see if I can pull a picture. End image of Empire Strikes Back. And I'm trying to make a point here. Okay. Now, let me see here. Let me stop the screen. Share screen. Okay. At the end of the movie, where they show all the ships. Now, when this movie first came out, in the first week, if you guys don't know this, in the first week, George Lucas did not like the image of the ships. There wasn't enough ships. He didn't like it because it made it look too much like a small rebel, not like an alliance. So within the week, he actually redid that image and added more ships and stuff. And actually, while it was at the theaters, and this wasn't the digital year. This wasn't like you could just change it with digital like now.
Yes, it is.
He sent all the theaters a new reel just to fix the ending. Now, he did this while Star Wars was at the movie theater. So what I'm trying to say, it's so hard to know true changes because George Lucas made changes while the movie was still at the movie theater.
Well, back at that time, when I worked at the Museum of Flight, I worked with a guy who's a projectionist. a good old fashioned, out of date. They don't exist anymore. Projectionist, a dead job. And he talked about how sometimes they would receive reels, and they had the equipment where they added, they themselves at the theater back in those days. A projectionist was a real hard-working job, a real trade, spliced in, cut and spliced in whole sections, adding sections. They spliced it in, before a show, receiving extra bits and pieces and parts, and they splice them in.
And let me show this so people don't think I'm just making this up. George Lucas changed Empire Strikes Back ending in 1980, but no one noticed. Lucas has made similarly last-minute changes before this point, with small audio alterations made to A New Hope, and then only as Star Wars before being change in release while it was still in theaters. So he even still made some changes. Even here, it says here in the movie A New Hope. So in theory, Bob, in theory, there's a good explanation that he had all gold on C-3PO and he put in silver.
He cut it out.
I'm not trying to change people.
No, I know what you're saying, though. But it's plausible. Yeah.
It's plausible because he's done it. I mean, it's not like saying it's a theory. He's changed while the movies were still in theaters and people didn't notice because, I mean, come on. When you first saw Star Wars in the screens or Empire, you're not staring at the legs and at the hands. Not like nowadays, like after you watch the movie, I'm going to rewatch it. This time I'm going to take notes. Right?
Yeah, he spliced in extra parts and pieces in the 80s. It says it in literature, and then he redid it again in the 90s with CGI, and then he did it again. Like this guy. That's why you can't. This is such a hard one for anybody to play with because he is admitted to splicing shit in. God. Removing, putting in, splicing it.
I mean that's why you got to have an open mind. You just do.
It's difficult.
Release things when they're on DVD.
Yeah.
Of course, the rest is history.
Yeah. So, guys, we're here just giving you the information. We're not telling you what you believe is wrong. I remember Golden Leg. I remember Luke, I'm your father. No big deal. Eric remembers Silver Leg. But there's evidence that pops up out of nowhere. Like he admits to splicing the movie in the 80s, sending reels to the projectionist to have added. I remember when Bubba Fett, or no, well, not Bubba Fett. The big monster, the big monster. The big monster with the little what I'm talking about. Yeah, they had him. Originally was a human, loan shark. It was like a gangster looking human. He had that removed and then put in that big old slug monster. I was like,
now, let's do this now. Now we're gonna switch it a little bit here. Okay, guys. Let's just say, for the sake of this argument, all of it's real. Every single change really, really did happen. Ask yourself why, where, what made the change? What's going on with George Lucas? And if you look at George Lucas' history, I think the reason, because you guys have to remember, if you look at the original Star Wars movies and you look at the prequels, they don't exactly line up perfectly. What I'm talking about is words for words, kind of like when Luke in Return of the Jedi asked Leia, "Do you remember your mom? What does she look like?" And Leia says she's very beautiful. But if you watch the prequels, they were both born at the same time, and their mom died. So Leia never saw the mom. So George Lucas, for whatever reason, the movies don't technically connect, because if you watch A New Hope, like I did last night, when he talked about training his father, he was already the best pilot there. So in A New Hope, he made it sound like he was already almost a grown man, and the reason he didn't do a good job training him because he wasn't trained as a kid. Now you go to the prequels, he was a little kid, and he wasn't found by Obi-Wan. He was found by Obi-Wan's teacher, Quan Jinn.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of things that are lined up. It's almost like George Lucas, and I said this before. Fiona Broom ain't shit. She made up the name fake with the editor sell books. George Lucas, to me, is the master king of Mandela Effect. And where did it all begin? Okay, now I'm going to show you guys right now. Actually, everybody in the chat, with George Lucas, if he, in my mind, in this theory for fun, where do you guys think George Lucas made these changes, made these thoughts where Star Wars came out, where what twisted him to the other side of the Force, to the Mandela Effect? Where did it all begin with George Lucas? I know where it began. I know where it began. Do you guys know where it began?
Is this the same one?
Okay. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show everybody. Everybody in the chat. When did you believe George Lucas started to make changes where there's codes on if Mandela Effect is real? We're playing that game right now.
Yeah.
It's all real. Anybody in the chat? Come on. Somebody give me an answer. When did it happen for George? Nobody knows? Come on. Come on, people. Come on. That one person? FK illusion is just shadow on a cave wall.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Philosophy.
Maybe it started with CERN messing around.
Hey, there's no wrong answers in this place, guys.
Right.
Don't ever think that.
Guys, here we go.
Because that's on the table.
I'm going to show you the screen where I feel that the true Mandela Effect mind of George Lucas started. I'm going to show you guys. And if this is brand new for you guys, this is fantastic. Right there. Look at that car. George Lucas car crash in Modesto.
I'm grabbing a cup of coffee. Tell them about this one, Eric. They got to know about this one because this goes with some people. Again, guys, let's just say this. Some people, I remember David Bowie dying in the mid fucking 2000s. Some people remember him dying now. Some people, not very many, do remember him dying. They could have mistaken it. That they could have been a misprint in the newspaper. There's 100 directions we can go for this one, but here was the death crash of George Lucas. If you remember this, go ahead.
Remember this. Okay. Yeah. In June 12th, 1962 is when everything changed for George Lucas. Everything changed. You guys are like, what do you mean it changed? Well, George Lucas was not, he wasn't thinking about being a director. He wasn't thinking about being a producer. Okay. What do you mean George Lucas car crash in Modesto? George Lucas wanted to be a race car driver. Okay. He wanted to be a race car driver. The movies wasn't even on his mind, people. Look it up, guys. This ain't me making it up. This is not me making it up. George Lucas totaled his car and went to the hospital. I mean, and look at this car. This car is total. And look, the almost death of George Lucas. And of course, there's a hero that saved him. How different would it be if Lucas died at 18? Who was the hero that saved us? Here, let me type in George Lucas car crash. Let me go to here. Let me go to all. Let's see if there's a George Lucas car crash. Let me see here. Biography. Let's see. George Lucas, the car wreck that changed his life and led him to Star Wars. Okay. He had a near-death experience. Okay. Before he captured audience with the Tales of the Force and fully operational Death Star, George Lucas lived, breathed, and dreamed about one subject for the majority of his teenage years: cars. That's where the movie American Graffiti came from, because he loved cars. He made it in his own town, Modesto. And the reason I know about Modesto, I live in Fresno, California. Modesto's not that far away from Fresno, California. He loved cars. He loved the thrill of acceleration, the freedom of traveling, the nightly ritual of cruising the strip in Modesto. Okay. Lucas was a poor student, but a skilled racer. I'm trying to get to the part where buddy's right. Hold on. Okay. Lucas immediately go to work on his car in a local garage, punching up the engine, racing. No matter, Lucas was counting it down where he become a professional car racer. Okay, he was seriously injured outside his family home. Here we go. On June 12th, 1962, 3 days before his high school graduation, Lucas was facing a very real possibility that he would not march down the aisle with his classmate. A trip to the library to tackle his term paper and been a wasted effort. Then he was headed home for what was likely to be another uncomfortable afternoon with parents before the night out on the strip. As Lucas made a left turn to enter his ranch, a Chevy Impala came flying in from the opposite direction and broadsided the Bianchina. A defining impact that sent the tiny car tumbling over like a toy. The racing bell snapped, and Lucas was flung onto the pavement just before the car slammed into the giant walnut tree. Unconscious, Lucas turned blue and began vomiting blood as he rushed off to the hospital. He sustained several broken bones and bruised lungs, but all things considered was a better shape than he looked and regained consciousness in a few hours. Over the next 4 months, Lucas had plenty of time to think over as he hospital. He thought about the racing belt designed to keep him pinned, blah, blah, blah. It soon came crystal clear that to the 18-year-old that he was not going to become a race car driver. He just had to figure out what to do instead.
Nice.
Lucas turned his attention to photographing and film school. So I don't need to read the rest of that. But if you guys wanted to read it, let me put this in the chat so you guys can read it later. Now,
well, it makes sense why he made graffiti, American
Graffiti, and they were saying with other interviews. Of course, I don't have the clips. A lot of his interviews are with news channels that would take the video down. That during his hospital, during his 4 months trying to get healing better, he actually had the idea of Star Wars. Think about it, near-death experience, almost died, vomiting blood, should have been dead. You saw the picture of that car, people. Yeah. He should have been dead, and that's where Star Wars come from. Now, if there are true Mandela effects in it, there's got to be a reason why. If there's a change in a Mandela effect, something just doesn't change for the hell of it.
Yeah, right? There's got to be a reason.
There's got to be an explanation if there's a change. Is it multiverse? Maybe. Is it the Matrix? Maybe. Parallel universe? Maybe. Or he had a near-death experience that had an idea, and during his makings and all these movies, who knows that his near-death experience to the other side kept making him want to change this. Change.
Also, for you guys that are religious, it could be. I know Eric's against the camp. I'm on the ropes sometimes. Could be religious. It could be God coming back. It could be Odin coming back. It could be the lampshade. It could be the Anunnaki. We don't know. But we're adding the other elements to it too. But yeah, I had a near-death experience. Eric had a near-death experience. Some people within whatever you want to call it has near-death experiences. Is that the cause of it? I mean, is that why? Are we the ones? We don't know. We're putting things on the table for you guys to figure out, like puzzle pieces. You figure it out.
Well, listen to his interviews. Like I said, some of the news channels, when they're interviewing about the prequel, somebody asked him, some things don't line up with the original. And I remember he saying, what are you talking about? They lined up. In his mind, they lined up.
Yeah.
So did something in his mind changed where he's like, going to make the corrections, going to do this? because none of his movies really technically fully lined up. Why is that? He's a expert producer, expert director. People always say things just don't change like that.
Yeah.
Editors don't miss words. Like a lot of people claim misspelled words on the internet is residue, right? If that's the case, then this man should be no different than the editors, right?
Yeah.
Why those movies not lined up? Maybe in his mind they did. Maybe he saw it differently. So when he did the prequels, he remembered his original Star Wars a certain way. For whatever reason, he didn't go back to watch them, and he made the prequels where they don't line up.
Yeah, maybe he goes, what happened to my shit? Why isn't my stuff lining up the way I did it? I mean, I use reference. I made that stupid pillow. It was green, yellow, red, and now it's yellow, green, red. It's changed for me. Maybe it's a mental problem, but I don't understand. It wasn't the way I designed it. Okay, that was not the way I designed this one thing I had made. It has changed. So I look back, I go, I didn't do it this way. Some of my old things on Facebook, I don't remember writing them. I don't remember certain things. I had a near death. Eric's had a near death. Some people keep saying they've had near deaths. And so now their back history is all fucked up. But let's flip that coin around for the debunkers and say, well, because you had a near death, you are basically broken and your brain is broken. And you would be correct to say so. Flipping that coin. Sorry. So, as we go back to George Lucas, which Eric says it lined up for him, but now it don't. Does he know that? Does he see it? Does he go, what's going? Is he himself experiencing some sort of paranormal paradox phenomenon? Going, I don't understand. This is not how I designed it. Why is it not matching up? I did it the other way. So,
Yeah.
I did.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Was there any Star Wars movie, book, comics before the very first movie, the very first Star Wars ever came out, A New Hope? When New Hope came out, was there a book, comic book before that? Anybody?
Good question.
Is there?
Good question.
Is there anybody? You guys? Man, everybody's too quiet. Maybe they're listening and they're like, "Wow, I've never heard this before."
Yeah.
Okay, if you guys don't know, somebody's got to know that answer. Is there a book before A New Hope? Is there a comic book?
A lot of people didn't know about his wreck. I'm going to be honest. I have never heard of him getting into a wreck until you brought it up. I was like, huh? But how? Why would I have known? What? I'm not researching him, so why would I have known? They didn't broadcast it. Nobody broadcasted my accidents. So yeah. Here we go. So
this is all new to me.
Okay.
Well, Here you go. I'm going to show you guys this.
On this show, guys, we try to give you the back history so you can make a more precise, correct decision. And something else you could argue with. You got more fodder to argue.
Just remember, he got his idea from Buck Rogers. Actually,
yes.
Actually, hold on. No. Juan Torres has a Mandela Effect right there, and you just had a Mandela Effect right there. He got his idea not from Buck Rogers, from Flash Gordon.
Oh yeah, Flash Gordon.
It was Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon. I got it.
All have. Here we go. Right here. Star Wars from Adventures of Luke Skywalker is a novelization of the 1977 film Star Wars, ghostwritten by Alan D. Foster, but credited to George Lucas. It was published on November 12th, 1976.
Yeah, I bet you Juan probably was thinking the same thing I was. He's probably thinking Buck Rogers, and then, what's Flash Gordon? Like, because they're almost the same. They're really close. Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers are identical, man. They're just like, one's a football player and one's an astronaut. And they both went into space, and it's in a time continuum.
Now, this is what it says about this book. Star Wars from the Adventures of Luke Skywalker is a novelization of the 1977 film Star Wars, ghostwritten by blah, blah, blah. It was first published on November 12, 1976, several months before the release of the film in later years. It was republished under the Star Wars A New Hope to reflect the retro addition to subtitles in the film in 1981. Although the book contains some differences from the film. Again, a book, same time, as the movie with differences. This behavior of changes has been there from the beginning, Bob.
Yeah,
from the book. And look, it also includes reference to Palpatine and his rise to power in the prologue, setting up the backstory for the future films. So this was like basically A New Hope, but it wasn't exactly like the movie. It was a little different. So from the beginning, he's always had changes.
Constantly.
The book was written, Foster, based upon Lucas' screenplay of the Star Wars film on how he got the job. My agent got a call from Lucas' lawyer of the time, one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. Someone had read the book, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we don't care about that shit. But I'm just trying to, here we go. Differences from the film. Let's see. The words that opened each Star Wars film a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away are absent in the book. Subtitled by similar, another galaxy, another time. So originally, it was not a long time ago in a galaxy far away. The idea was another galaxy, another time. Is the place of the opening crawl describing the events. And hold on, I saw. Yes, Flash sounds more accurate. Yeah, because Flash Gordon, if you look at black and white Flash Gordon, the black and white Flash Gordon had the words that came up. That's where George Lucas got that from. He got it from Flash Gordon. George Lucas tried to get the rights to do Flash Gordon and could not get the rights because he wanted to do a Flash Gordon movie.
Yeah.
He didn't get the rights, so he made Star Wars. And, of course, Flash Gordon movie came out in 1980, which is awesome.
Yeah, I loved it.
Song. What is this? Nobody is perfect in Teen Wolf. The continuing editors missed the extra having his fiance during the basketball scene. Okay. Flash is no much cooler than Buck, in my opinion. Oh, guys. Oh, Buck Rogers was fucking badass. Because listen, Flash Gordon was a black and white TV show. No offense to Flash Gordon. It was a black and white TV show. Buck Rogers was there when we grew up. Flash, I mean, Buck Rogers was the man's man of women. The man's man with the AI. It's like one of the first Terminator movies with AI technology. Remember, in Buck Rogers, their doctor was that AI machine. What's it called?
Dr. Theopolis. Dr. Theopolis.
That movie, you could say, had the first true AI in it.
Yeah, Dr. Theopolis. Which to me, the colors changed. I don't want to give away what color I remember, but there's a different color hue he gives off now. I think it's red now. Look up Dr. Theopolis.
I'll look up in 1 second. I'm going to say it contains the first reference to Empire's name, Palpatine, through the description is somewhat at odds with the deception as a Sith master in The Empire Strikes Back from the Jedi in the prequel trilogy. Lucas later explained that his film was written in an era of Richard Nixon. Okay, so first of all, his film was written in the era of Richard Nixon when the story was intended to explore how a democracy turns itself over to a dictator.
Yeah.
And now how a dictator takes over democracy. The book's introduction reads, aided and abetted of restless, power-hungry individuals with the government and the massive organs of commons, the ambitious Senator Palpatine caused himself to be elected president of the Republic. He promised to reunite these among. Yeah, I don't have to read that. I'll look up the other thing you're talking about. So that's why when people shit on the prequels, I don't know why they shit on it because I love the idea of I wish Disney will get out their ass and make a Clone War actual TV show with not a cartoon, an actual movie, because I want to see a movie with the rise of Palpatine. Because I would love to see a TV show or a movie on how, not a movie, a TV show to brush that out, because to take over government is not just sitting out armies and wars. It's about destroying it from within.
Yeah.
That's what's neat about it. Now,
that's what we're doing now.
Let me type in Buck Rogers images.
Yeah. Which he's got tons of. It used to be Buck Rogers, Roger. And now it's Buck Rod. Oh, no,
Oh.
it's Buck Rogers
Look,
with a
I
D.
forgot.
R-O-G-D-E-R.
Not Family Ties. From Different Strokes.
Yeah, different strokes. What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Twiggy? Beady, 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 beady.
Tweet.
There's Dr. Theopolis. They all got monster flags on their arms. Mandela Effect in England actually had the actor that played Buck Rogers, Rogders, and he says no, his name's always been spelled Roger. I guess it's Roger. Yeah, it's Rogers with a D. Anyway, there's
Buck
Twiggy.
Rogers from Looney Tunes came from Buck Rogers. Yes, he did. That's where Marvin and the Martians made his appearance. Yep,
Yeah,
that's true. That's 100% true.
there's Dr. Theopolis with Twiggy. I could have swore it was blue. It wasn't red. I don't know. Again, people, it's misremembering. I get it. But I could have swore it was blue, not red. Well, there's a different color there. Dr. Theopolis, which came much later. Yeah, the series. Well, not much later. It's a little bit later. Yeah, he's red. He used to be blue. I thought he was blue.
And look, and it's purple eyes.
Yeah, purple eyes. No purple eyes. He's red with purple eyes. Nah, he didn't look that sinister. He didn't look that bad. He looked like a blue, glowing blue, green, blue, whatever. Roger that. Yeah, you remember that? Rogder, Rogers. Buck Rogers, and his space shuttle is fucking freaky now. It looks completely different.
Well, let's take a look.
Look at this. Wait till you see the space. Now we're getting off track, guys, but we're on the same subject. Fuck it.
Well, it's all space. Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
A space shuttle.
Space shuttle. Oh my god. Wow. It's got monster wings. Look at the wings, and they go up at the. That's new. Oh, that's changed again to me, guys. Only
these
to
are
me.
models. I want to see Buck Rogers space shuttle from the movie.
They didn't have it going up. That's a modern day idea, by the way. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's got it's wearing the mask now. It wears the mask. It's got the front end cover. Some of them show it, some of them don't. It's octagon shaped. Try to get a good picture. Get a good picture up on there. There we go. It's wearing a full ass mask now, black on the front. But look at those huge wings and those jet propulsion along the top, and the monster top back fin, monster wings coming out. It's got the two like jet propulsional tubes on top. I don't remember that. It was just like a regular space shuttle. In fact, before the space shuttles. And that's got these I call pleated, like when you pleat something and you have that serious crispy pleat, when you pleat something on your shirt, it's pleated on the nose. I don't remember it being pleated.
I remember Twiggy looking way different.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. No, let's take a closer look at Twiggy then. Let's see. Let me see Twiggy here.
Those engines keep growing. Last time I looked, they weren't even there. They just grew on there. Again, guys, I have a memory problem.
There's Twiggy.
Yeah, I'm a little
this is from the show.
I'm stumped on Twiggy. Did he have like lines on, like, to look like hair on the front part of his face?
Well, let me ask him now. When you're saying you remember him looking different, can you tell us what you think he looks different at, so we can try to cross-reference that?
Give it a shot. See what you think. Did he have lines like hair, like it's metal, but they made it look like it's lines of hair on his head? Yeah. Yeah, see, okay, you see his front, I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you what I'm seeing. You see his hair or like his hair helmet, it didn't have that curve. It didn't bend in like that. It wasn't rounded on both sides. That straight line across the top cleared more area on his head. It didn't have that
Hey, look.
bubbly. What did he wear?
He's got a cowboy hat.
I don't remember wearing a cowboy. Yeah, it's just the back stage one. His hair looks different. I think his hair helmet looks different.
Oh, here you go. All gold with flashing blue lights and white lights.
Huh. Gold. Okay. Hey, you're welcome to say anything you guys want. Was it gold? Huh. I have to work that into my brain. We're not saying you're wrong either. Was he all gold? Huh. It's been so long. Or was he silver? Was he gold?
Let me ask you guys in the chat. What other Mandela effects that have you guys heard that's in the Star Wars movies? I'm curious to hear more because we said the popular ones. The Luke, I'm your father, Silver Leg, the buttons on R2-D2, which I think that one is easily debunkable. Very easy. Oh, I meant Theopolis.
Oh, Theopolis. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay. I was really trying to work my brain on that one. No, yeah, Theopolis to me wasn't red with purple eyes. So, yeah, okay, there's the color. I was trying to the blue. What was the color? You're saying the color was gold. Okay. Very good. Very good.
Now, of course, actually, some people did remember. According to some people, I think you remember. I think you said you remember him, Chewie getting a medal.
Absolutely remember because that was so cool. He got the medal. Yes, he did his whole bend down, and he had to bend way down for her. Like he bent way down. People remember she put her just barely get it over his big ass head, and then he stood up. He did his, he turned around and just,
Now, of course, we know this is not a Mandela effect. He changed Anakin to match the movie, which is fun. It is what it is. That guy still got a paycheck. So that's, to me, that really wasn't that big of a deal. I know some people didn't like it, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
1983, 2004.
Ever since he said Twiggy was gold, my brain wants to go to gold. That's how simple. That's how easy it is for your mind to play these tricks on itself. For those of you that debunk these things, yes, you are correct when it does, because my mind keeps wanting to think of Twiggy Gold now. Why did you do this, Sagittarius species? It won't get out of my head. I want to think of him as gold too. Okay, go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry.
No. No, it's.
Was he gold? Never mind. I can't do this. Good. We gotta get off that. I gotta clear my head.
Okay, what some people say. I remember Chewie getting a medal, and yes, he leaned forward and made the moment more heartwarming for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I don't remember that. I remember in the comics he got a medal, but I don't remember him in the movie ever getting a medal. And then Hobbs says, "Gotta hit the bug pit, guys." Oh, sorry, great show. I'm really looking forward to the found footage horror talk show. Found footage is my favorite genre of horror. Sleep or dream well. Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you. Yeah, that's tomorrow's show on Horror Talk. We're gonna be talking. Found footage movies. So cool, very cool. What to say? The silver band on Darth Vader's costumes. Yeah, I heard that before. Too, I heard that here. Let's look at Darth Vader. Let's look at him closely here. Darth Vader.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of weird. Again, we can't tell you if they've been added by George Lucas after the remakes, re-CGI'd because it is plausible they did that. Shit. I'd have to go check the toys for reference. He's got these.
What did you say? I watched A New Hope in theaters before the prequels when the new special effects were added. I remember saying to myself, where the hell is the Chewie metal scene?
Right? Okay, so maybe it was removed in the 80s. Huh? Maybe it was removed.
It's a hard one because, like I said, when I saw, I don't remember at all ever getting a medal because I always thinking to myself, I always thought to myself, wow, Chewie still got a medal. He was a major part. I mean, he's
I remember
a pilot. And remember, Chewie kind of convinced Han Solo to go back. Remember, Han Solo was taking off with his money and leave the Death Star, and then Chewie's kind of like, dude, we got to go back.
Yeah, But we've also read how he has went and he brought new footage to the theaters, had them shipped to the theaters to be spliced in.
Going to talk about Buck Rogers in the future broadcast. We'll reference your show today for giving me the idea. Reference the show.
Thank you.
When you talk about Buck Rogers, you should send me an invite. I'll jump on and talk about Buck Rogers.
I love Buck Rogers.
Invite me on. I'll talk. I'll talk here. Let's type in. Did Chewie ever get a medal? Here, let's just type that in. Did Chewie ever
the last one he did
ever get a medal?
With the two old ladies mouth kissing. Yeah, that's when he got a medal. Oh shit.
I'm sorry.
Chewbacca. In Star Wars. Did Chewbacca ever get a medal?
Yeah, I mean, in the last one, I mean, that don't count.
They gave it to him. The little old lady gave it to him.
Did we ever get a medal in the original movies? In the original, here we go. Let's see here. Chewbacca wasn't giving a medal because medals don't really mean much to Wookiees. The Wookiee Chewbacca was, in fact, given a great prize and honor during the ceremony with his own people. The whole contingent with the Rebel Alliance with the Chewbacca's people and participated in a very large celebration.
Bullshit.
George, here we go. George Lucas explained why Chewbacca didn't get a medal. Let's see what he says here. George Lucas explained why Chewbacca was given the Star Wars film ends up upbeat note with heroes recognized for the bravery in taking down the first Death Star. At the time, nobody realized the franchise would still be going on over 40 years. So the Rebel ceremony could easily have been the end of the saga. Well, yeah, when technically the movie A New Hope, originally when he wrote it, was technically the 3 movies. So when he only thought he had one movie, he shrunk it down to one movie. And that's why the movie has a fast pace. But the original idea was the Star Wars A New Hope was going to be the 3 movies. So that's kind of why you saw another Death Star. But war ceremony has been given. See here. George actually gave his response to the issues all the way back in 1977. The summer, Lucas recorded a number of characters spot expanding universe. There wasn't necessary to consider the blah, blah, blah. Chewbacca wasn't given a medal. Don't really much to Wookiees. Oh, okay. We already read that.
Bullshit. He got a medal. I saw it.
But he got one in the comics. Hold on. How come they're not?
I saw her go over and he bent way the fuck down and she put a medal on his head. He was all happy. This is like way back, man. But he could have changed it in the 80s. He could have took the scene out. We've just talked about that. The fucking guy keeps changing shit. Messing with people's heads.
But see, in the comics, he did get a medal.
Yeah, he got a medal. So we don't know if he took it out on purpose when he was splicing shit up. Just fucking no. That's why it's hard to do anything with fucking whatever Mandela Effects with Star Wars. The goddamn guy changed everything all the time.
Chewie and R2 are the most underrated cast members that can change the movie, if not on.
Yeah, every time.
You know what, Joe Torres? The biggest embarrassment of the last 3, 9, 10, 11 was how they treated R2-D2.
Right? They treated him like a fucking nothing.
I mean, the robot is the main reason everybody survived in the 6 movies, and then you put him in. They put him in A Force Awakens at the end that he was asleep because Luke left. R2-D2 want to go to sleep.
Have you noticed in the first one, we don't serve them here. We don't serve their kind here. Remember that part? We don't serve their kind here. They treated him like shit at the beginning. They were all racist against the androids or whatever, the robots, the androids. And then as the series goes, he's in every one of all the 3, like the good top ones. But then when the new ones come out, they've treated him like racism. They've actually just segregated against those guys. They treated them like shit. Do you notice the new ones? They treat the fucking androids with like racist. I don't know. They did. They treated him like shit. Like he was a goofball in the back. Oh, said stupid things. He didn't fucking have a role. They treated him like shit. He didn't contribute hardly. And then, R2-D2, poor guy, he got in there a little bit, but they sure did treat him like shit. You notice that? More like dogs. More like servant slaves.
They did. I mean, and there's another way this is another reason why they disrespect Chewbacca. How did the Millennium Falcon became the ownership of really Rey? Rey or not Finn, the other guy, the pilot, like kind of like took over the Millennium Falcon, where it was like it was theirs. That's Chewie's ship. That ship belonged, Chewie was like married technically to Han Solo, so that ship is his. Our friend here gave me a link to right here.
Oh, cool.
Okay. The meaning behind Chewbacca's medal in The Rise of Skywalker. It's been 42 long years, but Chewbacca has finally gotten his medal. With the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker came answers to some long burning questions. We know who Rey's parents, and more importantly, grandparents. We discover here where Snoke, Andy Serkis from blah blah blah. One of the biggest issues the Red Scar resolved, however, was a problem fans identify blah blah blah. New Hope, 1977. While Princess Leia presented both Luke Skywalker and Solo with medals of bravery for destroying the Death Star in the Battle of Yavin. Solo, trusted companion and co-pilot Chewbacca, never received one. It's a snub. Star Wars for decades. The Wookiee was an accomplished pilot. Chewie certainly earned his medal bravery. But the problem was, guys, about the last Star Wars movie, which to me, out of the last 3, 9, 10, 11, Rise of Skywalker was technically the most Star Wars of the 3. But since they fucked up the flow of the movies because the second one tried to destroy the first one, trying to say, I'm taking in this direction, and then they rehired JJ to do the last one. He's like, fuck the middle one, and made like the first one to the third one. And to try to make everybody happy, they did too much fan favor. Hey, we're going to tell you the parents now. Hey, we're going to give them a medal. Hey, we're going to have 2 girls kissing. They did so much fan favors, they kind of messed up. They messed up the whole flow of 1911. If it was me, I would scratch the 3 and I would start over. I really would. Because the last 3, it was like an embarrassment where they're like, hey, we're going to make a new way of Star Wars, and we're just going to kill every single character off in every movie. Hey, we're going to kill Han off the first one. Hey, we're going to kill Luke in the second one. Well, Leia died in real life. Yeah. She's going to die. The third one, it's like we're just not going to change it going forward. Let's kill them. No. It's just like
they need to redo that the TV series Firefly. If you guys have watched Firefly,
also look at the text right below the meaning behind the hardware. It says exact same metal from A New Hope. Picture? Let me see here. Let me pull up that picture back. Let's see.
Oh, whoa! I see what you're saying. Oh,
Here.
so it's the same metal, exact same metal.
Chewie's certainly. I mean, there's the picture of the metal. Now, what do you say to look at? Hold on. Also, look at the text right below the meaning behind the hardware. The meaning behind the hardware. Hold on. The meaning. Okay, here we go. The meaning behind the hardware.
Yeah.
Chewie metal is, of course, identical to the metals hung around the necks of Luke and Han in New Hope. Although it's not specifically stated in the film where Maz got the medal, it's primarily the one that was originally given to Han. While Leia herself was not awarded with the Medal of Bravery in the first Star Wars. Well, she's a princess. She's a queen. They're not supposed to. Their job is to lead, and their job is to reward the soldiers. So people respect soldiers technically more than the leader. So that's nothing new in real life.
Yeah.
She was married to Han for a number of years. Given the medal was unseen in possession during the Rise of Skywalker, it's likely something was passed on to her by her former husband. Whoever Star Wars collector in hand, pay for a drink, telling her that it belongs to him when it actually, wait for it, Luke Skywalker. Huh? What's this? Hold on. Whoever in the author Ken new Star Wars novel Force Collector, it revealed that Han Solo gave his New Hope medal to Maz to pay for a drink, telling her that it belonged to him when it was actually, wait for it, Luke Skywalker's. So you're saying that he took the medal from Luke Skywalker to buy his beer? Huh. That's cool. I can see Han doing that.
Okay.
In the case of fact that Maz the medal has a meaning far greater than simple appeasement for fans who've been calling out for the Wookiee to get his medal on screen for these years. While Leia now also dead in the final film of the Skywalker saga, Chewie is the only member of the original four still alive. The medal served as a moment thing went through over the 2 years. Blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Wow. Okay, that's actually cool.
You know, before Leia died, the original idea for the final one, what I've heard, was that the final one was really going to be Leia's story. And what I understood is the idea was Luke Skywalker was never the chosen one. It was actually always been Leia.
Yeah.
It's always going to been Leia. But since she died, and to me, that's where they fucked up. I'll tell you why. If the original storyline was going to be Leia's story about she brings down Palpatine, whatever, you should have recasted her. I'm serious. The story comes first. If the story is meant to be her story, just recast her. I know she's special, but you need to, because they never did, and they played old scenes from her. It never matched the flow of the movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm confused by the whole series. I don't know. I just like it. It's okay. Too much with the could have spun in so many directions.
Light seems to be coming from everywhere, and people are not whatsoever
alert. Yeah. Sky lit up. Danny over here. It's the biggest moon of the year is coming up. The pink moon, which is it's a big full moon, I forgot what they call it, like the monster full moons, the big one. The big one is coming, guys. Ironically, it's coming around Memorial Day weekend, which was kind of cool for Eric and I. Our dad died on Memorial Day, which was weird because he was all about military, and so he was military, and Korean War, and then he was in the reserves forever, and so it would be cool if he died around Memorial Day. So the big moon, guys, that's what the light is lighting up all over England right now. It's fucking, even behind the clouds, it's light up there. The big, huge, monster full moon should be here in 2 days. Yeah, I think it's the 27th. That's what it's here. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Oh wow, it's already almost close to end time. So guys,
Yeah.
what did we learn today? What we learned today is Fiona Broom ain't nothing. She did not invent nothing. George Lucas is the man behind the Mandela Effect. He named it the Force. The Force is they should have called it the Force Effect.
The Force Effect.
Because what did Obi-Wan Kenobi do in the New Hope? They say the droids you're looking for. He changed their mind.
These are
What's
the
Mandela Effect? Different memories than anybody else.
Yes. Maybe everybody's being manipulated by Jedi, Eric. Maybe everybody's minds are being wiped clean and changed by Jedi. Ha. That's what's going on. That's it. Yes. I think that's what it is. I think we're being conquered by Jedi. I think we're in an invasion of Jedi. Because they can wipe your memory clean, too. You don't remember this. I don't remember anything. Shit. Changed my mind. Yeah. That's what's going on. Jedi. We're being under attack by Jedi. But I thought Jedi are supposed to be good. But then again, there's the Sith. So there's the bad Jedi and the good Jedi. What side are you guys on? Are you good Jedi? Bad Jedi?
Well, a bad Jedi, they're called Sith.
Siths. I think we're under attack by Siths. Sith Lords.
And somebody asked me that.
Time Lords.
Somebody did actually ask me, Eric, if you could choose to be I know it sounds stupid, but somebody asked me if you could choose to be a Jedi or technically a Sith. They asked me what would I choose.
Huh.
And I've always said I said I will always choose to be a Sith because the Sith wants to learn all power. There's nothing wrong to learn all power. I want to learn everything. So, but beyond that, guys, tomorrow I got a live show on Horror Talk. So tomorrow's topic is I'm trying to put it in the chat here. The link for it.
These aren't the Mandela effects you're looking for.
No. Tomorrow's show. Hey, Liza. Tomorrow's show. Oh, I got two dogs in here. Wow. Tomorrow's show is going to be about found footage horror movies. Now, what are the good ones? Oh, look. Hold on a second. I got monsters
These
here.
aren't the Mandela effects you're looking for.
Here we go. Oh.
Whoa. She's getting big.
Yep.
So big.
Come here, Toby. Hold on. There's another dog in here. Hold on.
Who's that little dog?
This is my son's dog, Toby.
Oh.
God, they stink. They're wet.
Oh.
Sorry.
We're chasing each other around.
So, Horror Talks tomorrow, and then hold on a second. Then Wednesday, guys, we are the show on Wednesday. We're gonna be diving back into the Matrix. It's called "What Is the Real World in the Matrix?"
Wow.
So we're gonna be diving back into the Matrix on Wednesday. We haven't done that in a while. What's real in our reality? What's glitches, whatever. And then Friday, Friday I wanted to have some fun, which we always have fun. But Friday we're gonna be Friday is what's the true meaning of the movie Godzilla versus Kong? What's the meanings behind it? I think enough people seen it by now. There's some conspiracies about it. There's some code drops on that movie. With the original 1962 Kong versus Godzilla and the new one. So we're not just going to talk about the new one. We're going to be talking about some of the old Godzillas because in 1962 Godzilla, there's two different ending versions of Godzilla versus Kong. One for the Asian market and one for the American market. So we're gonna dive into that. Why is there two different markets? I mean, so we're gonna dive into that on Friday. But beyond that, today was a good show. Hopefully you guys learned a lot. Hopefully you heard some stuff on here that you never heard before. And beyond that, we're gonna end the show. Bob, anything you want to say before we end this?
Absolutely not. This was a great show. You guys did a great job in the sidebar. Remember, everything we say is it's non-biased. We're just it's on all sides. Nobody fights. Nobody has it. Everybody has it. It's like an asshole. We all have one, right? You know, it's like opinions. I guess I said that whole thing wrong. But anyway, yeah, we're all having a good time. Yes.
All right, guys. We'll see you. I'll see some of you tomorrow, and we'll see most of you back this Wednesday. Talk to you guys later.